This board recommends Tioga Downs Casino, Racing, and Entertainment in the town of Nichols in Tioga County to apply to the Commission for a gaming facility license.
A fourth full-fledged casino license has been recommended for Tioga Downs in Tioga County. The recommendation promises a substantial number of jobs and economic growth right here in the southern tier. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Sheahen. Thanks for choosing WENY News at 5:30. The New York State Gaming Facility Location Board voted and has given the green light for a major expansion to the Tioga County Racino. The expansion would bring more than 1,000 slot machines, dozens of table games, and more than 150 hotel rooms. WENY's Nick Quattrini is live at Tioga Downs to tell us what this means for the southern tier.
Today's approval by the Gaming Location Board is big.
And people at Tioga Downs were eagerly awaiting the big announcement this afternoon, celebrating just moments after the Gaming Board voted. And now WNY Samantha Pop.
My complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
If you live in the village of Addison, you're under a boil water advisory this evening. The advisory was put in place after a water main break this morning. Village officials tell WENY News the break is fixed, but many people were without water for a period of time today. Because of that, the water needs to undergo sampling. The boil water advisory goes until further notice. The president of the Southern Tier Economic Growth has suddenly resigned. George Minor sent out a letter late this afternoon announcing his resignation effective immediately. The letter did not elaborate on the decision to step down. He said the move will allow STEG to begin an immediate search for a replacement. Minor has served as president of STEG for 22 years. And tonight we turn to continuing coverage of the Kelly Clayton murder case. Last week, Steuben County District Attorney Brooks Baker announced he is excusing himself from the case. And now Chemung County District Attorney Whedon Wetmore will be the special prosecutor. WNY's Logan Wilson sat down with Wetmore and has more on what this means for the case. There's a new online petition urging the state assembly to vote on legislation that would extend the time violent offenders have to wait to apply for parole. State Senator Tom O'Mara, Assemblyman Phil Palmisano, and the Roby family of Savona have advocated for this bill in the past. The Robys are from Savona. Their 4-year-old son Derek was brutally murdered by Eric Smith in 1993. By law, Smith is eligible for parole every 2 years. The new proposal would extend that time to 5 years. O'Mara and Palmisano are urging New Yorkers to sign the online petition to put pressure on the Assembly to vote on this bill. You can find a link to that petition on our website, WENY.com. Last month, the Southport community was in shock after finding dozens of desecrated gravestones at a local cemetery. Yesterday, 2 of the men arrested in connection with that crime were arraigned in Chemung County Court. 22-year-old Anthony Clark and 20-year-old Christopher Wright Kaiser are both from Elmira. More than 70 gravestones at the St. Peter and Paul Cemetery were vandalized. It was discovered on September 20th by a neighbor during his morning walk. Both men have been charged with criminal mischief and felony vandalism. A bail of $15,000 cash has been set for Clark and Wright Kaiser. They will appear in court again on November 6th. Many students take advantage of the opportunity to study abroad at some point during their educational career. One teacher from a local high school is planning a unique trip overseas for her students. WENY's Isabel Garcia joins us live in the studio with this exciting information about where the group is headed come spring. Coming up, the Clemens Center announced who their new director is this morning. The new head has 15 years of experience and is ready to work with the community. Thank you, Joe. A new executive director is set to lead the Clemens Center. Karen Cromer was introduced by the Board of Trustees today. The Board of Trustees was impressed with her depth of experience during her nearly 15 years in the performing arts business. Cromer says she has big shoes to fill as she succeeds Tom Wiedemann, who retired from the Clemens Center in September after 32 years as executive director. She says she looks forward to continuing the great work that already exists.
And hoping to expand the programming a little bit, stretch the venue walls a little, so you'll see Clemens Center personnel out in the community a little bit more. And we've got some real creative ideas that I've been able to gather from both the board and from staff members.
Cromer is the fourth executive director in the nearly 40-year history of the Clements Center. Coming up, a world-renowned artist is coming to Corning. Find out how you can watch him work next. But first, here's a look at your stocks.